and welcome back to Reading Homestuck. We got Mason and Arthur today, and of course myself.
No, you won't be here for this episode.
Shit! Fuck! Ah!
It's the Mason and Arthur Variety Hour, baby.
Oh, nice, I get to stay. Hooray!
Oh yeah, of course.
We can't
You think
get rid of the main
you think I could
draw
carry
of
an
the
episode
show.
on my own? Things would derail within 5 minutes.
We can't get rid of the main draw of the show. Yeah, no, you look at the screen, and then as you're unable to scroll, because I'm the one with the fucking scroll wheel, all you'd have is just like looking at the fucking Crowbar and Dai's hats and go, Mario, Luigi, and that would be the whole video.
Yeah.
Was Mason a stroke victim?
If you do want a video
I mean-
like that, please put it in the comments.
If you want to see a 10-second
If you want a straight
video
hour of
of
just me,
Mason having an
there's something wrong with you,
aneurysm,
but also put it in the comments.
if you want to see a 10-20-second video of Mason having a severe aneurysm, leave a like, I fucking guess. That's Joe Biden impression. Anyway.
I can do a Joe Biden impression.
Okay, how about you have a crack at it, wise guy?
The American people can be described by one word. I'm sorry.
As in,
That's my
how do you,
favourite Joe Biden
no,
moment.
my focus is focused. He was so real for that one. Not to lick boots.
He do
but
be
that
spitting
wasn't-
facts.
That was
You
amusing.
do be spitting facts that America can in fact be summed up in the word.
So like you were saying advantages, which incorrect.
Wrong. it really cannot be
Zing.
summed up with that word. Anyway. Yes, let's begin with the reading part of the show. Through here, Crowbar says. Hey, what's this thing Clover ass? Nothing, you say. You think the idiot who used to live here was doing some sort of science experiment. Pretty much, Ms. Paint says. Don't touch it, you say. Could be a death trap. Clover pulls his hand away quickly. He looks worried. Dai asks if he can have his doll back. You say, of course not. Shut up. He looks crestfallen.
Why don't you do what your name says?
Damn. Wow, me.
Fifth form. God damn, it's hot in here. AC must be broken or something. Yeah, it's probably just the AC, not the fact that you're trapped in a sun twice as
I don't like that it said
fine.
it's hot in here and it's talking about a little girl's room.
Nah, yeah.
Ba-da-da-da.
And that it's Damara's room.
Was that Lance's theme?
Yeah, the first 3 notes of it. Da-da-da-da.
Well, that's 4 notes.
Yeah, that's 4, Arthur.
Oh, it
That's
is.
four.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good, Arthur. 4 classically does come after 3.
I do love how Arthur today is at the level of brain power where Goku can count to higher numbers.
3, I can count to 3. 4, I can count to 1. I can
1, 2,
count to
3,
1.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Anyway.
4!
You leave Damara's room,
Count to 4.
and Great Caesar's stab wound. What is even going on here? Crowbar, where the hell are you leading us, you ask? He says it's the Doc's old apartment. Really posh digs, primo location too. At least, it was before the universe exploded. Why are there giant holes in the wall through which can be seen an abundance of blinding green plasma, you inquire? He says because the apartment is now floating somewhere inside a huge sun.
Oh, that explains it.
A sun, you say? Well, shit. No wonder it's so hot you could cook breakfast on your cranial plates. Hiding out in the middle of a big sun doesn't sound like a real tenable predicament, does it, Crowbar? No, boss. He supposes it does not. Sounds like it's actually kind of a shitty predicament, doesn't it, Crowbar? Yes, boss, he supposes it does. A predicament defying any sense of reason, safety, physical comfort, and most laws of physics, probably. He wouldn't know about that, boss. You'll have to ask a scientist. You've got a sassy mouth on you, Crowbar, you say to Crowbar. A real sassy mouth. He says if you don't want to stay, that's fine. There are contingencies in place. Contingencies, you say? He says Doc's suite had an emergency exit which the gang could flee through whenever things get too hot to handle. Circumstances, he says, which never once presented themselves until now, in the most literal way possible. Yeah, you say, because of the sun. Yes, he says, because of the sun. Well, what are you waiting for, Crowbar? Keep leading the way.
God, why does this have to be so frustrating?
Andrew Hussey writing style.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like...
Like, that's why it has to be so frustrating.
That is the answer, but...
That is the literal answer to your question.
I shouldn't need to ask the question.
The comics should simply be better in segments such as these. This was a funny joke during the first intermission 4,000 something pages ago. But by this point, it's rather wearing thin, I think.
Yeah.
Especially when it's happening. Like, it was funny back then, because it was one page that it happened on, a piece. And then it would be several pages before it happened again. Here, it's happened for, I think by now, 10 pages in a row?
Because Andrew Hussey wants to punish people who want the story to continue.
Yeah, he wants to punish people who want the story to exist, but punishing people who want to read the book, the comic, the words, the lines on the screen. Anyway, hold up, you say. You're not sure about this Crowbar leading the way business. Who's the leader here, this smart mouth or you? He says you, of course, but you don't know where the exit is. You say bullshit. You've been here before. You know that this place like the back of your hand. You show him your hand, which is now mostly unfamiliar to you because it's made of metal. You put your hand down quickly because that didn't serve your rhetorical purpose at all. He says if you insist. The exit is in the room with the clock in it. Do you remember where that is? He said, what do you look like, a moron? Of course you remember. Then after you, he says.
You know what, this is like, has anyone read the Silmarillion?
No, but I'm aware of what it entails.
I think it was a few episodes now, I did reference the Silmarillion.
Yeah, you've definitely mentioned it.
It's just like the idea of it.
I know what it's basically like, just lore for the Lord of the Rings.
It's the Lord of the Rings
Lore
Bible,
of the Rings.
basically. It's like the creation story and all that shit. I listened to it, I got like 6 hours in, they've mentioned Sauron's name twice, and I gave up. But, holy shit. You know, I feel like this writing style and a lot of what I didn't like about the Silmarillion are very conducive, because it just ends up being, and then he said this, and then I did that, and then he said this.
Yeah, because I mean, if this was at least written like the rest of the comic, then we'd be able to do voices. Yeah. But with this, it's hard to keep track of who's talking.
Or just even like, if it was just written in like a narrated style of what's happening, rather than every line denoted like in a narrated style.
I would
in such
kill
a way where
for a pair of quotation marks right now.
It's genuinely just like somehow a devolution of like a fucking, I don't know, like 14-year-olds, like a 14-year-old that's failing English, writing like a story where it's just ask, replied, said, replied, said, replied, said, replied. It's like a devolution of that.
It's like talking to a child who speaks in run-on sentences and just keeps saying "and." This is what this feels like, but like 100 times worse.
Yeah, it feels like a child describing their day to you without ever using a singular piece of punctuation.
It's like, what's his name? Cicero from Skyrim. That guy. Yeah. Cicero challenge, use one, brackets.
I used to enjoy reading Homestuck, but then I took an Andrew Hussey to the knee.
So obviously down here, through one of these doors. Watch and learn, buddy.
Are we going to have a hilarious Scooby-Doo antic where they keep going through doors? Because that would be mildly entertaining.
Yeah, we're going to instead get an epileptic seizure.
Epilepsy shield bear.
Yep, to reference... That was not the right... This is the wrong room.
This is the wrong room.
I have to reference something I think is funny or I'll fall asleep.
Yeah. That is genuinely hilarious.
Yeah, it is a funny bit of just like Gamma just walks into a room where he sees his fucking older brother being fucking mutilated and built into a new fucking robot. Like, fucking, like, from Gamma's perspective, pure body horror. And
if you think about this from a robot's point of view, it's actually pretty gruesome.
Turns around, walks out of the room and just goes, "This is the wrong room." And that's it. That's it. Gamma, like, we never see, we never have Gamma, like, immediately react to it. He doesn't, like, react to it outside of the room at all. Yeah. No recovery,
which is funny because
the wrong room.
Retrospectively, you can use that as a justification for why he turns against Eggman, but it's not given enough like weight because he has like no reaction to it.
I mean, it has reaction later. It's a part of it. It is distinctly a part of it.
As I say, it's a contributing factor. It
is just very funny that in the immediate sense, it's just this is the wrong room, and that's it.
It is the inciting incident for his rebellion against Eggman, and it's given no like weight at the moment that it happens.
Just take us to the
Sonic.
exit crowbar. He says, "Yeah, sure."
If you want to hear us talk for 4.5 hours about Sonic, watch the Sonic Tailors.
But also, Arthur, let's be real. Today. Even if you have even though you have like zero like particular connection to the Sonic franchise, what we just talked about was more entertaining than the comic is right now, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. I just can't weigh in.
That's fair enough. There's many things I can't weigh in on.
I've been there plenty of times.
Yeah.
You lead the mob through a few more of these weird skinny panels. Some of the guys get distracted over there in the lounge. Just a quick match of table stickball. A fun game they made up, which is based on their hats. You tell them to quit playing pool and get over here. They start laughing their asses off at the noob who doesn't know a game of table stickball when he sees one.
Yeah.
What a hilarious.
So there's joke. Like that could have been like a fun or interesting joke. It had potential, but like the way it's written is just and then this happens, and then this happens, and then you do this, and then
I went to school, and then I got lunch, and then I learned about maths, and then I did some painting, and then I played with Billy, and then I went on the bus and went home, and that was my day.
And now I'm talking to you.
Yes.
Sentence over.
Sentence has finally ended.
Spacebar, indent, spacebar, new sentence.
Could benefit from like a writing style.
Oh god.
So this is it, huh? You say? Why does he keep the exit in the room with the clock anyway? Crowbar says the exit's in the room with the clock because the exit is the clock. You say you see. You look the clock up and down. Doesn't look the same as you remember. It was a lot fancier when you smashed it with the crowbar. You mean the crowbar? All purple and gold and ticking. As if deciding the fate of someone you don't know or care about. Someone who doesn't understand a golden opportunity when she sees it. Someone whose behavior may have been controversial, and whose sentence apparently had to be arbitrated by a magic timepiece. Just as well you smashed it. That way, nobody could outsource their judgment to the verdict of a stupid clock. Yes, you definitely thought all that now. Wait, what happened to the pendulum? The ball thingy, you mean? Crowbar says it broke. You see. Alright? Anyway, none of that matters now. How are you supposed to exit through this thing? Guess you have to open it? Yes, he says. How, you say? He says, oh, you know, gotta pry it open. If only they had a tool with something to pry. Perhaps a tool which is notorious for its prying ability, which also happens to be its sole purpose. You wouldn't happen to know where such a tool might be, would you? He asks. No, he supposes not. There he goes again with that smart mouth. Nothing but sass from this guy. You're starting to miss your old right-hand man. At least when he got sick of your shit, he would just turn around and light a cigarette.
There's a word that's escaping me right now that means doesn't at all pertain to the situation at hand. But it was that word but squared is what happened a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
There, Crowbar Schmobar. How the hell are you gonna squeeze all these big galoots through that skinny ass door? Wait, you might have an idea. Isn't there a guy with an oven? Where's the guy with the oven? Hey, oven! Get over here. Crowbar whispers his name is actually Biscuits. You don't give a fuck. Biscuits seems to understand he is being summoned and waddles over. Yep, there's his magic oven. Wow, what a dumb juju. Should come in handy for once, though. Everybody in? Everyone in the oven, let's go, move, move, move. Iggy, Slowpoke, what's his face? Yes, you too, Miss Paint. Clover, Shark Guy, Top Hat, get in there, Crowbar. You can mouth off all you want, just do it in the oven. Stitch Face, Fatty, Fireman, the Centaur Butler? Yeah, what the hell, come on in. You can be the team mascot or something, plus his milk was fucking great. Biscuits, other biscuits, big guy, bigger guy, that should do it.
Thank you for the roll call.
Thanks. Take the thing.
13 of stars.
You pick up
Oh,
the
wow.
13 of stars card. What? Cards don't go up to 13. Stars ain't a real suit either. These guys really are a bunch of whack jobs. Whatever, you'll just slip it in the deck. Time to go. Wait, before you go. Perfect.
Okay, that was funny.
He loves oil.
You do love burning shit to the ground.
Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Oh.
What the shit? This was their secret escape hatch? You see, it's also clear now. When things get too hot to handle, the Doc and his posse duck out of the clock and into the idiot wagon for a little spin through infinite oblivion with some giant octopus things. Thanks for the tip, Crowbar. Thank you so very fucking much. Wait, hang on a minute. What's that?
This is just like that movie Avengers Endgame.
Is that... could it really be? You don't need a fancy robotic eye to tell you what that is. You know exactly what that is. It's the fucking jackpot. Jetpack arse. Okay.
Yeah, like, there you go.
Jet bum.
And now back to the show.
And now back to the actual fucking events. Okay, well, it still is the events of the plot because Spade Slick is now fucking tuned towards the session. So, but yeah, we got. Oh yeah, Arthur, you weren't here. Basically, John jammed his hand into like an artifact thing. And now he's kind of phasing through time and space a little bit.
He drinked a bonk cola.
He drank a bonk cola.
Yeah.
TF2.
Nice catch, dummy. Oh.
Zap.
Wa-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Me when
F.
I
Bro,
erase
F
myself
forward.
from time.
Forward.
Oh. Oh. He's on like... Okay, Mason, you're gonna be getting like a play-by-play of just random shit from throughout Homestuck right now, I think, is what might be about to happen.
Lightning round.
So what's happening? John has just warped to post-apocalyptic Earth 1. I'm gonna number the Earths in chronological order, because we've got 2 Earths now. So, Earth 1. This is post-apocalyptic Earth 1.
That's my reaction when I get warped to post-apocalyptic
You're gonna have that reaction a lot. Okay.
Oh, hey, it's his swingy suit.
Yep, now he's been warped to the land of wind shade, presumably. Yep, there he is, and he's looking at him fucking self.
Me when I look at my fucking self.
Me when. You know what? This thumbnail's just gonna have a lot of John reaction images, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Vriska getting her shit rocked. You know, for the first time. As opposed to the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, the sixth time, the seventh time, the eighth time, the ninth time, the 10th time, etc, etc.
Oh no!
Vriska keeps getting her shit rocked.
Me when I see Vriska get her shit rocked.
Okay, no, this is very funny, because he just looks at his, like, could have been maybe girlfriend, just, like, bleeding out on the floor, and he's just going, yeesh.
It reminds me of the Jaden Animations Pokemon Platinum, where like Barry's crying on the ground and she's just like, I'm gonna go to Lake of Valor or whatever it was.
Yikes. Yep, okay, this is a much more familiar scene. This is, were you here for this? No, you weren't here.
No, I wasn't here for this.
Okay, no, this is,
I was not here for Cosmo the Seadron making out with the severed head.
That's not... That's Jay. That's Jake. In a stupid fucking helmet computer thing. This was like just before the like session started.
Right.
For them. Like properly started. And John's just stood on an active volcano.
Me when I see gay people.
John Egbert when he sees gay people. Yeah, that makes sense, honestly, considering prior actions.
Homophobia.
Okay, now here we are on like ancient Alternia with the Dolorosa. You remember
Is that one of the 14 phrases? So that we can achieve heaven.
I know that's the name of someone I should know.
The goth girl from the group of trolls we don't like. Yeah, it's her, but like post-scratch her. Her from the universe that like Karkat and Kanaya and that come from.
Okay.
And that's...
And she just stood there.
Yeah,
menacingly.
And that's him. That's Cancry.
Oh, yeah, okay, I get it. He's a baby. Okay, I thought she just had a fucked up arm.
I want John to appear and say, please spike him into the ground.
Please, I am begging you. Donk that
I thought he was just going to teleport right out. I thought I said, hi! Me when I get hissed at.
Okay. Here we see the insane clan posse and Dave Strider from the post-scratch universe battling atop the White House. No, I'm not giving you any more context than that, Mason. You can figure out how this happened.
Why is it always the White
yourself.
House?
God, he's dead.
Me when I get in the middle of a battle atop the White House.
Me when I'm deeply desensitized to human blood and violence. I fucking suppose.
Oh, it's Con Air.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Here we see John warping into Con Air.
Yeah, classic movie. I really want to watch it again. Oh, Act 6, Intermission 5, Intermission 6.
Hooray.
Don't worry, Arthur. One of us will eventually get to read something today. From the day we set foot on this planet.
I did it! I conquered the Maroon Stripe planet, thus unlocking the final and most powerful toad gremlin of all. Wow, he's so perfect, so
that would be
huge.
Toad Goblin.
I don't care! He's so perfect, so huge, so strong. I love him being strong. Finally, the ideal minion, with the type of power I admire the most, which is being a huge, strong guy with enormous, powerful muscles. Yes. Oh yeah, I also got Green Stripe Hat. He's good too, in that he is also large and relatively strong and mean. He flips a coin too, I think. It is also cool. Oh, and don't tell me what they do. All I care about is that they're big and strong. Do not spoil my moment of triumph with more of your human monkey earth business. What? Nothing to say?
You know, hearing you say human monkey earth business with that voice, it makes me think of Frieza.
Yeah, I am leaning a little bit
Yeah.
Frieza-esque, you know. The voice wavers because every single voice I end up going with for this guy ends up hurting me.
Yeah, fair.
But then again, hearing this guy speak in any context would hurt me, so it doesn't change much, really. Yes, this is good. You're finally learning who's boss. And soon, everyone will too. Now I have to conquer the Black Planet. This one is a different thing from the others. My sources tell me, by which I mean the clown tells me, that this planet has been claimed by the Black Queen herself. I will need to overthrow her to win. As such, in a stroke of brilliant cleverness, my brain has devised an idea. I've recruited Jack Noir to help settle our mutual score. Really, getting Jack to do violent things for me always strikes me as such a good plan. So I might as well just do it anyway. Just do it always. Rather than always thinking of new stuff, which is hard to do. He would make a good friend if the concept of friendship wasn't horrid and meaningless to me. Therefore, I will think of a way to dispose of him once his usefulness is over. It's bad form to leave stray noirs wandering around. Don't tell him I said any of this. My treachery to him is meant to be a surprise. Hello? Where the fuck did you go? Aren't you going to tell me what you think of my great plan? Or deride me in some fashion for my juvenile conduct and poor critical thinking skills? Well, you unspeakably putrid and fatuous blabbermouth, I demand that you talk to me! Okay, I see how it is. You've decided you will no longer allow me to browbeat you into helping me through sheer force of petulance. It may surprise you to know I am just as capable of respecting that as I am of throwing a tantrum about it. I don't need you anymore. I don't need anyone.
Man.
Intense stare down.
He's got like the blue eyes stare, but he's just not got blue eyes.
Intense stare down.
God, I'd rather be watching Bluey.
I don't know anything about Bluey, but apparently it's quite good.
Well, as Alex told me yesterday, some of the background artists on Bluey are apparently Homestuck fans because in one of the episodes there are some background shots which have the names Prospect and Durst.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Bluey is very good.
He's dead.
He got
Why?
punched out.
I've always loved Kans's power. It is very funny. He can literally punch you into next week. That's his power. My mouse is...
Oh, you can control where he goes. That's fun.
Mason or Arthur.
I'll take him.
Yeah, one of you take John.
Word. Does this mean we're here? Hello, is anyone there? Jade, Nana, Jaspers, Dave Sprite, ... Regular Dave. Where is everyone? This sucks. ... Sigh. Oh, I thought he was disintegrating.
No, it's grass.
Ah, right, okay.
He's just stood in grass.
And now he's floating again.
You chance upon the slab of the jaded fool's ennui. You don't know the slab is called that, but it's what the slab is called. Looks like a good spot to decompress after your strange ordeal through cannon space. Ah. Yeah, meteor.
So the current layout is... Let me go back. So that's Dave. Or
No,
Dave... No,
Dirk,
that's...
Dirk.
Dirk.
Dave's over here in the with the
so
meteor.
That's Dirk.
Who got
That
walked there.
the opposite
earlier.
Dirk is the funny slick guy.
No, well, opposite Dirk is one of the Jack Noirs that are currently in this session. Above him is one of the other two Jack Noirs that are in the session, being hounded by Whitney, following the meteor, and then opposite them is the third fucking Jack Noir in the session.
Okay.
And then there's the
I don't
actual
know,
fucking
Jack.
session bit. And then there's the actual fucking main session bit.
So
These guys,
what happens
I
with
think
Dirk now?
these are
Does he just stay?
I think these guys are just beyond, like, the furthest ring or something. I'm assuming this is, like, the outer edge.
What happens with
what
Dirk?
most-
Is he just dead now?
He's not dead, he's just sort of sat there in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere. And
Where am I?
considering what we know about how, like, Paradox Space outside of sessions works, I think that's about as butt-fuck nowhere can get. And about as nowhere as it can get as well. Like, because outside of sessions, if you don't know how to navigate Paradox Space, if I'm not mistaken, it becomes kind of a thing where if you go forwards in the wrong direction, you can end up bumping into your own backside.
You see?
Space is weird as hell out there.
Broken.
Yeah, space is weird as hell out there. Shit's warped to fuck.
Yeah, fair.
Same goes for time as well, so you can end up, like, fucking time warping yourself back to 1807.
No, 1907.
Both. At once. Because shit's weird.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll take Dave. Arthur? Obviously, we all know who you're taking. You're obviously taking Carcat. You're always taking Carcat because you're really good with it.
What? Oh, surely not.
So, has anyone figured out how we're actually gonna stop this meteor? It was 3 years, not enough time to solve that problem.
No, we haven't. Oh my god, we're still traveling at the speed of light. We only seem to be picking up steam.
I don't think that's possible, dude. In fact, I'm not sure we were ever traveling at light speed. I think there's been some bogus science in circulation that we've been chumped into getting behind.
What?
Just saying.
No, I'm just saying we came all this way and we're gonna die! I don't believe this! How could we not have thought this through better? It's like the Reckoning version 2, or 3, or maybe 4, if we're counting the... fuck it. How can it all boil down to yet another meteor hurtling towards sky, serving as a harbinger of our imminent demise? Except this time we're riding the fucking meteor! Oh, I guess it's ironic when you think about it. I mean, we were brought into this life riding a meteor. Makes sense that we'll go, haha.
Man, pull it together. This thing has to have some escape pods or something.
Sorry, I was yawning. Where? I never saw any. Maybe they were being stored in the hypergravity chamber.
We have a hypergravity chamber? Or, yes, maybe we could just sort of hop up and, like, fly away.
Why, you abhorrent column of smarmy filth. You always did know how to rub salt in the wound. What about those of us who can't fly? You know, I can't fly, and you know it's a sore subject for me.
I swear to God, dude, this meteor needs one of those baby on board things on the back. But like a grub instead of a baby for max fidelity to the gag because trolls. I know you can't fly, dude. Obviously, I would just carry you or something.
Nah, I think I'd rather fucking die.
Do not worry, guys. I have a feeling everything's gonna work out. Rose, shut the fuck up.
Bark.
No, I think that's Jake.
I just wanted to contribute.
You just wanted to interject with the bark.
I just wanted to contribute.
Dude, did you just bark?
Why? I didn't bark. I thought it was you.
Why would I bark?
Why the fuck would I bark?
Because you're having a mental breakdown.
Oh, well, why don't you have a minute? Go fuck yourself. Wait, and then use your alleged time powers to make a copy of yourself and then turn this audacious fantasy into a sensual reality.
Nah.
Bark.
I'm taking the bark. Wasn't me.
Oh, who the fuck is barking?
Kanaya, did you bark? You fucking us with us, Miriam? You can take Kanaya and Terezi, why not?
Do they have voices or should I just...
Well, it's just hiss and then grr, so I don't think you really need to consider that right now.
Alright, I just didn't know if they'd say anything else, alright. Hiss!
Terezi, was it you? What is it? What is it, boy? What do you see?
Is somebody down the well?
Maybe the mayor barked. Mayor, was that you? I bet it was. God, I love the mayor. He's so full of surprises.
Awful.
Hey guys. Long time no see. She said it! She said the Sonic line!
First
she
it was
said
full
the
of,
Sonic
I was going to make a joke
line.
about full of surprises, but then she literally said long time no see.
Oh shit, she's
me when Sonic reference.
Oh shit, she's fully fallen into the Shadow the Hedgehog bit.
Oh,
Fuck.
Xbox.
It's just the fucking... The morning hour deaths.
Can you kazoo it?
Nah, I choose not to.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's mourning our deaths.
Deepest sigh of all.
Look, that's me on the left, me in the
like
middle,
the question marks.
and me on the right. He did all those voices. Nice.
The Holy Trinity.
Me, and me. Nice.
Yeah.
So bored.
Snork.
Blink,
Me,
blink.
me, 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 me.
Ah.
Snork.
Ah.
Me, 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 me.
Ah.
Snork.
Ah. Pop.
Me, me. What the? Okay.
Someone
Mason, you can.
was playing solitaire.
Bro, solitairing
Yes.
so hard.
He's just
Fruit
having
gushers.
a mental
Hell yes.
collapse.
No, what? It's one of those days
Hell
where you
fucking
wake up
yes.
physically able to do like chores.
Yep, Connor.
I love. Bent a card, kill yourself.
I don't think I've ever seen someone make a house of cards like that.
The Homestuck.
I fucking did it. I made a house of cards stuck. Oh.
And it fell over.
Well, I guess she saved their lives.
No, I think she was just sort of like, well, yeah, man, I guess.
No, I
don't know.
know she didn't mean to. I think like by
Dating
just throwing
sim?
them somewhere
Namco
else
dating
and-
sim? Excuse me?
I choose not to.
I can date the ship from Gallagher.
Again, I choose not to.
End of year 4.
They really missed the opportunity to have a sick
Remove disc
turntable
2.
sound.
Okay.
Oh no.
He said this.
Fuck Act 6. He said fuck Act 6, which fair.
Yeah, my thoughts precisely.
There is no way you can read this, you asshole. Oh no, there is no
there
disc
is
3.
No disc 3,
you
you
asshole.
asshole.
The end.
And then the etc.
Act 6. Oh god, that's green.
Oh!
Worthless garbage, stupid, who cares, wow, no, boring, dumb noise, bullshit, whatever. Casio keyboard.
Just
Yes.
no, that's
Dun, 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 dun,
Demo.
dun. Holy shit, this goes hard. Holy shit, this goes hard.
dark evil beats I've been cooking up.
This is like a good joke. Holy shit, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Holy
I'm
shit.
having fun.
A good bit involving Caliborn. This has never happened in the history of
That's a Wilhelm
humankind.
scream. I would love to have a keyboard that had the Wilhelm scream as 2 notes.
Again, that's the thing. Again, dark evil beat I've been cooking up.
The do moment.
I'm so twisted
Wait.
that my dark,
Hang on,
evil,
hang on.
mad beats.
And he added a key that's just hit, like just people cheering for him.
He's
Again,
such a loser.
fair.
I love that for him. I
Again,
love that for him.
an actual half-decent, well-constructed bit.
I love when characters are just losers. It's really fun.
Just like
Yeah.
absolute fucking shit-ass losers.
Like Eggman in Sonic Boom.
I don't know anything about. Oh, yeah. What I've seen of Eggman, yeah, I'd agree.
I would definitely agree as someone who has definitely seen more than you of Eggman in Sonic Boom.
But yeah, I love loser characters. Homestuck. That sounds like something. I agree. I agree.
Why the fuck it's just... Oh my god.
A young male Homo sapien is trapped in his room. The premise is uninteresting, and everything about it sucks. Hence the title, which is a portmanteau consisting of 2 thematically appropriate words. The male is not very smart. There is something about a human birthday, and he doesn't have a name yet, and more stupid things along those lines. All of this is irrelevant. Here's what really matters. Our young male sheriff has achieved total domination over his quest, thus unlocking his magic mastery planet, and therefore gaining surprise mastery over all elements in reality, canonical or otherwise. He became a god tier, obviously. It was easy, involving a trivial act of self-suicide. It was not a very big deal at all, and that's what happens when you're the best. You become the highest thing quite casually and off-screen, like it's not even that important. And he started climbing the god tiers. See, like that, he stood on the very flashy thing, which may not have even been very literally real. When each god tier he climbed, he got a new achievement badge to sew onto his kiddie camper's handy sash, which may also be a thing that's not literally real. Like many other things which don't seem to have a literal reality but exist anyway. Getting new badges helps you understand stupid things like that better. In other words, they are mostly pointless, like the gift of gab, which is especially useless to our hero since there is nobody for him to talk to except for a rude clown and all his dumb green friends, I guess, and he could also talk to them regardless, so what the fuck. The badges are all so shitty, I barely even know what to say. One of them lets you acquire objects with your bare hands. No capture looks required. Wow, it's a dream come true. There is another one, and I'm not joking here, that grants you the ability to have awkward personal relationships. I wish I was making this up, I really do. But there was one badge he got that was not a pitiful waste of his time. It was a skeleton key badge. Having this badge meant he could automatically unlock any lock he wanted to, including the contraptions on this planet, allowing him to officially and permanently assume control of a property of his experimental continuum, which may have reason to believe is called the narrative. And due to his unquestioned supremacy over a lot of things, he is now able to command this enigmatic medium while totally unimpaired by the ghostly voice of that sarcastic douche. In my dream, I am this cherub. Closer. It's me, and as it happens, my dream is a fact. I have taken over this story and will now retell it according to my understanding and level of interest. I will additionally provide an honest, brutal critique of the events the way they have been shown, utilizing the most potent weapon anyone can ever hope to allocate to a specimen, the weapon of satire. Oh my god, it's going to be so great. Has anyone ever done anything like this before? I doubt it. All I have to do is keep working the magic with my fucking computer pencil. Yes, drawing is easy. Don't let anyone ever tell you it isn't. You work hard, you own your craft, and ignore the haters until you are in the zone. Now, excuse me while I draw a shitty room. Male, examine the room. You examine your shitty room, you are the male. I'm calling you him for some reason. That is how the idiotic adventure goes usually. The guy on the screen, that's you. Confused yet? Ha ha. It only goes downhill from here. Prepare to be frustrated, angry, and even worse as more things happen. Now do some things, male. You fuck around totally again. By you, I mean him. I know it is counterintuitive, but I will keep saying he's you because it is of my artistic license. You, the male, fucks around a lot like this, bouncing around and jittering around and wasting time, but the secret is that it's actually me fucking around. I move this guy around like a puppet with my imaginary hand, see? Now go up with that chest. And I tell my puppet what to do by typing orders in the thing while pretending that you are typing them, and it is disingenuous rules at best to make you believe that you are guiding my puppet while also bizarrely insisting that you are the puppet by calling him you. I unsuccessfully strive to immerse you in an experience that no one with a brain could ever conceivably wish to participate in regardless. But in that end, the joke of it all is it's just me telling myself what to do with my puppet, and in doing it, and you will agree that this is the height of creative self-indulgence and also just very, very lonely. In fact, for me to be even mocking this practice almost feels incestuously masturbatory, even though that is a redundant phrase for cherubs. Beep, 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 all aboard the idiot wagon. This is the kind of thing that happens on almost every screen, as opposed to accomplishing things that are important or make sense. Let's take note of the fact that I am slamming this tendency, and move on. Go over there! Okay, you go over there and you stand there and nothing happens. God damn, I'm great at this. Now do a dance on the shape. Get on the shape. I make you do a dance. I use the principle of animation to put movements in motion somehow. You notice that my storytelling genius, I drew my puppet and I drew his room and that's it. And now all I have to do is move him around the room and make him do meaningless things for laughs. But the really funny thing is the laughter is mostly coming from me. It is happening at your expense. And it is happening at your expense. This way, I can make so many of these story rectangles so fast. So it seems everyone who is stupid enough... to everyone who is stupid enough to look at my rectangles in the first place that so much is happening and the plot is about to... Sorry, it's just so unfunny. Breaking neck speed. This is a clever trick, though.
I like the second one from the bottom on the right, where he's just moving back and forth like a shark.
Yeah. This joke would be funny if he hadn't tried to be meta and act like he was better than the thing he was doing currently over 10 times already.
Yeah, if it had stopped when he said, like, I doubt it, then it would have been even funnier.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. If it had been... If this happened, but there wasn't, like... so much time of him, like, doing infinitely less funny attempts at something remotely like this, of making fun of how, you know, like, asshole, disingenuous critics see his work. If it wasn't just, like, so much shit...
One of those.
No. You're an asshole, genuine critic. You're an asshole and a critic, but you're not doing it just for the sake of being an asshole. You're doing it because I've trapped you here. I've trapped you here eternally.
I'm doing it because I'd like to see just generally art be better.
Yeah, but like, talking about like this is making fun of the people who just like read the comic for the sheer sake of having somebody to attack online, that kind of thing. We know the type. We know the type of person. We thankfully haven't encountered the type of person, but we know the type of person ourselves, like what that is. Because it's like pretty clearly what Caliborn's
Next
based
page,
on.
let's keep going. I want to get back to the story. Because the truth is, there is no plot, nothing is actually happening ever, just a load of bullshit like this with cakes and cards flying every which way, and you are just sitting there frowning at it. Exercise freedom to leave the room.
But yeah, it's like the if it hadn't been like so much of this, just so fucking much of this before this happened, this would be a lot better. But it's basically like Andrew Hussey has told us the punchline to like the joke like 100 times, and then actually told us the joke, and now we're like thoroughly done with the punchline. We do not care anymore, you know?
This is proving to be a mistake.
Yeah.
The lucky male is oblivious to his privilege of not being chained to his room with the horrible sister he doesn't have. The advantage makes him way too overpowered, and therefore he is what some refer to as a human Mary Sue. This makes him less sympathetic and gives another reason to actively root for his death. He goes downstairs and you think, aha, this is it. Something important is happening, but your observation is just another brainless fallacy, and the thing happening here is just as pointless as everything else. The larger Homo sapien is obviously attempting to help the male grow up and become strong through a rite of passage involving sweets, possibly to help the male become a trickster, but the male is stubborn and refuses like an idiot. Male, leave the building. It turns out, the male can leave after all, relatively unhindered, basically contradicting the entire premise of the story. What a joke, you say to yourself. You, the reader, though, are not the male. Bungle vacantly at these shenanigans. It begins to dawn on you that everything you just did
ages ago
may have just been a colossal waste of time. It also begins to dawn on you that I was the one all along. What the fuck does that mean?
The sentence continues.
the
one all along.
The problem is
just
that
He
Caliban
uses
just,
full
like,
stops
ends-
incorrectly.
He ends his sentences midway fucking through, is the problem with Caliban.
I hadn't even noticed that. That's very based. Who illustrated this fantastic cartoon rectangle, which you remember you saw somewhere? And now you find this revelation to be almost as retroactively plausible as it is mind-blowing. It brings to mind a famous quote from a celebrated poet of yore, and I think it goes like this. Oh, sorry, just yawning. Well, shit, that's a hell of a mystery. No one thought it was a mystery, and it didn't even really need solving, but damn if it didn't just get solved. So nice work. Cherub Shakespeare, probably. I'm almost certain that Cherub Shakespeare said that. Clouds. The interest of full disclosure, though, when doing fine art, sometimes it pays to cheat and find things that are hard to draw on the internet where they are already there for you and you can save time and appear to be better at things than you really are. Take this advice to heart if you want to be as successful as me. Not going to happen, by the way. Anyway, back to the story. By the way, that's a lie. There's no story. After an endless parade of unamusing, inconsequential events, and finally something happens, you will find it's customary for this tale. Lots and lots of stupid, unimportant things happen, and finally, out of nowhere, a stupid, important thing happens. A meteor appears without explanation. It is headed directly for the male. There is nothing he can do about it but accept his fate. Look, he does not even try to flee because he is an ignoramus. He gets murdered by the explosion.
It seems we're at a point where we cannot go back.
Congratulations. Everybody is happy. You, brackets he, are thoroughly murdered by the explosion. You, not him, are stunned and yet underwhelmed by the moment of anticlimax as you continue to muggle vacantly. You reaffirm your suspicion that nothing you just did mattered at all, and you get no catharsis. Confirm the kill, dead. I produce photographic evidence of the slaughtered male body. He is indeed dead, and will stay dead for the whole story, only his ghost will show up now and then in a blurry flash of light to haunt me periodically throughout history, but I will say more about that later. You think the graphic looks familiar. You have seen this great drawing before in a different context. You see, this is what a master storytellers refer to as a visual callback. Truly exceptional professionals will often take an old drawing they did that shows a similar situation and do a couple of half-assed things like change the colours or make it slightly different. You observe that this is an ingenious, not igneous, in the beginning, a feat of laziness.
With an O in it as well. No, wait, that is
ingenious.
No, I was thinking of genius with an O in it. Clown move. Where's the fucking
feat of laziness makes the repeated things seem more profound and meaningful than they are, for reasons that you don't understand because they don't exist. It's a trade secret among skilled artisans such as I. Please try to keep this on the down low and not tell anybody. It can be our secret. They don't even need to know. End of Act 1. This concludes the first of the thing of the story, which is called an act. There are lots of these, and they only get longer, and they begin to split into acts and acts. Trust me, the structure would rapidly deteriorate into utter nonsense, or at least it would, if it had not already begun as such a reeking pile of shit out of the box. Please do not worry, I will be there to guide you through every mind-numbing twist and turn while prodding the material with my keen wit, satirical, and satiricize the hell out of it.
Satirize
the hell out of everything to hold responsible parties fully accountable for these crimes while maximally validating my angriness about it. Maybe you thought you were going to see some other stuff, like what happens to all those idiots next. The answer is obviously, who cares? This is going to be so much better either way. You have no choice. I am in charge here now, and believe me, at this point, another one of my villainous full-throated laughs will be in order. Villainous laughter happen. Whoops. What was that? Hold on, be right back. BRB.
Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Anyway.
What's all this shit? Horses? Why horses? Are supposed to be ironic or something? The very object falling out of this box would be in the proximity of some horses. I don't get it. And what's this? An illustration manual of some sort? Someone implying that I would benefit from this? Fuck whoever is implying that by storing it as a secret hole for me to discover. You're a bastard. Who is this extravagant bitch? Is she partly a robot, or sort of like me, or, she seems to be an artist too, also like me. Did she draw herself? I don't see how that's possible, considering she's fictional, as well as a girl. Some other very skilled draughtsman would just have drawn it, but how did he make it look like she's coming out of the paper? When I turn the book, the image stays flat, and the illusion is exposed. I wonder if the sorcerer of this so-called manga reveals the nature of his wizardry inside the tome. Why is the friendly bitch looking at me like that? With the large glassy eyes and shiny face, making me have weird feelings in my body. I have to put this down. Ugh. What?
It's got lock-on technology.
Somebody want to read that, or do I read it?
Uh-oh, it seems you've run out of game discs. And now Caliborn has hijacked the property of his experiential continuum, which he has reason to believe is called the narrative. Little does he know, you recently made the shrewd decision to purchase, the Act 6 Super Cartridge Expansion Pack. Just plug it into any in-universe console port to unlock a variety of exciting new gameplay features and proceed through the remaining canon unfettered. While Caliborn muddles through 6 new sub-acts of infantile subversive parody, targeting the very tale he inhabits, none the wiser. He does also inhibit it, but that's a separate issue. Do you have what it takes to humor this bold new storyteller, a young man in peak command over his epic struggle to produce vaguely recognizable shapes? Can you endure his ill-tempered hyperbolic sentence fragments long enough to reach an interspersed series of sub intermissions through which, while our new narrator pauses to gather his thoughts, our cast of quasi-reunited heroes may resume their intrepid march toward the end of Homestuck proper? And can you keep this on the down low so Caliborn may continue to believe he has commandeered the medium absolutely, while we privately return to the narrative between his miserable tirades? It can be our secret. He doesn't even need to know.
Well, the question is, can he read?
Yeah, great job writing all that down.
Considering, I think regrettably he can read.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Okay, fine. Let's see how this Doom cartridge runs with just a pinch of stardust. Oh, yes, and how about some delicious false teeth for good measure? Why not?
We have to blow into the cartridge to get it to work.
Well, the problem is he's trying to make it not work.
But I doubt these conditions are ideal. Yes, perfect. This show must go on, so as to quote another famous cherub, though I'm not sure which one, probably another sports legend. I would guess. While I pause to gather my thoughts for my Act 2 tirade, please enjoy this intermission cartridge, or whatever it is, with its exciting new gameplay features. I hope it doesn't have any problems or anything.
Act 6, Intermission 1.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I take it, the other 4 planets are being just warped in by, or have been potentially warped in by, Jade.
Oh, the page is melting.
They're just extending.
That was a really cool effect.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I will make fun of Homestuck a lot, or point out when it's being shit. I do genuinely like Homestuck when it's being Homestuck and not Andrew Hussey Shits the Bed Simulator 2023.
I can sparsely tell the difference. I like the character development occasionally. I don't like when the characters develop in a direction that makes them a groomer.
Oh. Yeah, that tends to happen when it's Andrew Hussey Shits the Bed Simulator 2023. Or 24 as the case may be now.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Is Jane...
Is this supposed to be glitching out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because you put a
assume.
bunch of dust
Because you put a bunch of fucking
So-
stuff.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
I don't...
So
I'll be real,
I
Mason.
thought it was a website problem.
No, wait,
If this
wait.
breaks, like, if you have a Flash file that breaks like this, you need to stop using Flash.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't be that
Jade...
hard.
Jade, Jade is
it's
dog
current-
person now. And Jane is mind control computer person.
Yes. That is what happened last time you were here. The cool Flash animation is unexpectedly cut short due to a critical Stardust clog. What a shame. Those exciting new gameplay features were looking real slick too. You think it was pretty neat how the panels were sliding around like that. Oh well, you probably didn't miss all that much. Nevertheless, on a hunch, you navigate once again to your trusty Bandcamp page and check the length of the song in question. Your fears are confirmed. It seems you missed 4 solid minutes of footage. You wonder if you'll ever find out what happened. You decide to click on the planets above to try to make some sense of the situation. Okay. I feel like this is a good place to end things for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, what did you think of this episode?
Well, I mean, it's like I said as I was going through. There was a funny joke, and then there was the potential for a really funny joke at one point, and there was what would have been a really good joke if we hadn't already done that joke like 5 times at least. And yeah.
I'd say that overall, pound for pound, it was a step up from the past few episodes.
Yeah, it's definitely a better episode than some others have been. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
When it comes to Homestuck, I really enjoy it when it's focusing on, like, Homestuck and not focusing on Andrew Hussey's, like...
Hussey stuck.
Anything.
I really like when the narrator's not involved.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm not inherently averse to meta-narratives, but I am averse to bad examples of forms of storytelling. Like, this is, like, Hussey makes bad examples of meta-narratives. Often. By just being dumb and bad. On purpose.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, it is, let me distract from the story for something that nobody actually wanted to know about in any way, shape, or form, nor will it ever be relevant to the story actively because I know it will be irrelevant and annoying. And
Well,
it's like,
yeah,
why-
I
why
mean,
do-
like there
why
are
do
ways to there are ways to have a narrative go off on a tangent and be entertaining.
Or,
Just need to
again,
make sure the
like a
tangent-
meta-narrative where the narrator is a part of the story, but also is inherently the narrator as well. Where it's like, the narrator is like where the characters and author or characters and, like, the medium they're in interact in some meaningful way. That,
Yeah.
in basic, I mean, can be anything. I think, you know,
Yeah, no, I
It
like
can be
the
good.
concept.
the problem is Hussey made a bad one, in my opinion, or at the very
Yeah,
least,
no, I agree.
made a bad example of one.
Well, I think he just made a shit one.
Yeah. But, like, I do genuinely enjoy Homestuck when it's, like, focusing on the characters being characters.
Stuck in a home.
Stuck in a home, one might say. But more to the point when it's, like, the characters interacting, having conversations that are not interrupted by the narrator. You know?
Yeah.
It'd be like that. Any other thoughts, Mason?
No, not specifically. It does feel like things are coming to a head, though, which is always nice.
Yeah, things are indeed occurring. Can't wait for 2,000 pages of fucking Hussey telling us, oops, comic broke, you don't get a story anymore, fuck you. Eat my penis, haha. Again, bad example of a meta-narrative.
But a meta-narrative that's not very good. Like there's no other way to put it. Like, it's just the parts that are the narrator aren't interesting or fun, so I don't like them, so I don't want them to exist.
Yeah, like, if Homestuck focused on the story of Homestuck, I'd have a much better time.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, like if you're
back
going to
in the
make
earlier
a narrator...
days where the only, interaction the narrator had with the story was when we cut to him for the recap episodes, effectively. Or for the recap sections, which, because they were recap sections, I could just go, oh, skip, and we're back to the fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest part is that if your narrator isn't an interesting character, making them a character in the story who is always present and always talking to you means you're always dealing with a not very fun character, and that's a shit idea. So you need to make sure your narrator is fun and interesting.
Or at the very least, is able to, when they're not being a character in the story, carry the story as a narrator in the first place, which I'm deeply unconvinced that Hussey is able to do.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. They need to be interesting. They need to be entertaining.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Even as just a narrator, this isn't even like, frankly, when it comes to Hussey, this isn't even like on the level of like, anything to do with the meta-narrative stuff. It's just, I don't think Hussey is a very good... I think the way I'd sum up my opinions on Homestuck overall is I really like Homestuck. I don't like Andrew Hussey.
Yeah.
And Andrew Hussey's continuous self-insertion and jamming his way into Homestuck, where he, at this point, quite frankly, does not belong.
I'm still very unenthused about all of Homestuck. There's parts I like. They are very few and far between, and I'm just here to see it. Just here to be here.
Yeah, at this point...
I don't have strong opinions on that.
At this point, a significant portion of my will to continue reading Homestuck is just to see it through to the end.
It's just the sunk cost fallacy.
It's kind of sunk cost fallacy, but it's also kind of, I know there's stuff past this, past the comic itself, that is not made by Andrew Hussey and does not have Andrew Hussey's voice in it, and as such, will be better.
And probably won't have a groomer in it.
And probably won't have like 8 groomers in it. One of whom is Hussey himself.
Alright, I'm gonna...
I mean, not real life. I can't legally say real life he is, but, you know, no evidence. But in comic, distinctly. Anyway,
let's finish up.
Yes, outro. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see, if you really like this video and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button. We upload episodes of Reading Homestuck every Monday or Tuesday, depending on your time zone, and we upload other things on Thursdays or Fridays, again, depending on your time zone. Other things like something we recorded a couple of days ago, a little thing we like to call Dicey Deeds. It is a TTRPG playing show. We play TTRPGs. We are going to, for this week's one and next week's, we will be playing 1,000-Year-Old Vampire.
Yeah.
It was a fun time. I hope you do enjoy it when it comes out. And
We'll
there will be...
have to be doing another session.
Oh yes, at some point. But after 1,000-Year-Old Vampire, the next episode of it will be Honey Heist, and beyond that, we have no real idea.
Maybe some D&D or
maybe some D&D, other things. We'll see. We'll very much see.
I think we'll go for a more popular one and go for
Perhaps there will be some longer running stuff alongside one-shots some days. Who knows? This is all up in the air. We shall see. You can also follow me on Tumblr, where I fucking doorbell went. You can also follow me on Tumblr, where I post stuff sometimes. It is mostly reblogs, if I'm honest. I'm also on Blue Sky. I'm still very unconvinced about Blue Sky, if I'm being perfectly honest. If nothing happens by like mid-March, I'm probably gone. I'm probably gone from there. I'll just be outie. I'll just stick to Tumblr at that point. You can also follow June on Tumblr and Instagram. She does stuff there. Photography stuff on Instagram. You may well want to check some of that out. I've seen a little bit of it, and it is good shit. I would give it a look. And you can also follow Arthur on Twitch. Arthur?
Yeah, twitch.tv/Penzerai, PENNEBRAIG. But I'm not doing anything at the moment on it because I'm just work, just really trying to sort out my work. They are still just destroying Mayday.
Damn.
But I am making bank.
Yeah.
Hopefully
That's
once
good.
I leave I can
At
relax
least.
a bit.
That's good,
Yeah.
at least. At least there's an upside. And Mason, any last things to say for this episode?
No, I don't have anything personally to promote, but as we've said multiple times, if there's anything you like the sound of, or that you're interested in us doing, please do leave it in the comments, and we'll certainly look into it.
Especially for when it comes to Dicey Deeds, especially, I would love to hear some TTRPG recommendations. Just to see what they're like, you know? Because
we want to try as many weird little things as possible.
Weird little things, popular things, maybe. You know.
I mean, we'll definitely be doing
the broad range.
It is
The
almost
broad range of
unavoidable that we
TTRPGs.
will be doing D&D, and we will be doing Call of Cthulhu, and we'll definitely be doing Mork as well.
But perhaps there will be some World of Darkness stuff in there. Perhaps there will be some cyberpunk. So there will definitely be some smaller TTRPGs. For example, the first two TTRPGs we're going to be playing on the show.
So we just any recommendations you have, we would love to give it a go. To give you an example of how small scale we like to go. Honey Heist is a 1-page rule system.
Yeah. Just like
as bare bones as you'll let it be.
Does it have rules? Does it have rules of any kind? And is it a role-playing game by some definition? If yes, suggest a way. But we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Later.
See ya.